What happened to global warming? The term global warming appears to have disappeared into the ether, dropped like the proverbial hot potato. But why is this? Well, let's break it down. The shift from global warming to climate change. It's a safe bet. We know climate changes. It always has done and always will do. Can't argue against that, can we? First comes terminological tactics. Global warming specifically refers to the increase in the Earth's average surface temperature, which is claimed by some, but not all, scientists to be due to rising levels of greenhouse gases, CO2 and all that other stuff. But this is actually more difficult to prove than you might think, or certain people may want you to think. Climate change, therefore, is a broader term. It covers not just warming, but all the weird, wild weather patterns we're seeing, such as more intense storms, unpredictable rainfall, droughts, and yes, rather inconveniently, even cooling. To put it simply, it makes it harder for skeptics to point to a snowy day and say, "Where's all your global warming now, mate?" Point 2. Political palatability. Less alarmist. Global warming sounds a bit too apocalyptic for some folks. Climate change is softer and less panic-inducing. It's easier for policymakers to get behind a term that doesn't immediately conjure up images of boiling oceans and scorched earth. Basically, it's easier to sell to the average schmuck that believes the politically charged news channels. Third comes scientific accuracy. Precision matters. Scientists prefer climate change because it's more accurate. The climate is changing in all sorts of ways, but not just warming. The Arctic's losing ice, but some places might get cooler before they get warmer. The broader term captures the complex reality better. Basically, the term global warming was seen to be incorrect and had to be changed. Fourth comes public relations and messaging. Rebranding for impact. Over time, global warming got tangled up in political and ideological battles and a need for an increased tax income. Rebranding the issue as climate change was partly a way to cut through the noise and start afresh. It's like a new coat of paint on an old house. Same structure, but maybe now folks will pay attention to the real issues inside. So what's the bottom line? Why the shift? It's simple. Climate change is a catch-all phrase that better represents the wide range of environmental impacts we're seeing, both warming and cooling in some areas. It's more scientifically accurate, less politically charged, and frankly, more palatable for the general public. So what's the takeaway? Whether they call it global warming or climate change, the core issues remain the same. Our planet's climate is shifting, as it always has done, but now we have ever-increasing taxes, politically driven news, increasing restrictions on freedom of movement and speech, etc. I could go on. But you know, with all the corporate interests, political manoeuvring, and public complacency, who knows if we'll ever get our act together in time to save humanity. But sadly, that seems to be our current political and corporate-driven world for you, doesn't it?
Hit that subscribe button and join the MakeMeClever.com community. Until next time, stay clever.